Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video of a different format that I've never even tried before, but I'm going to try it right now behind some clips of me just absolutely ripping it in Call of Duty with the Riot Shield because that's the best way to play this game after all. So I'm just going to complain about life. I thought that this is the best way to go about it. I just got back from a trip in Georgia. It was absolutely lovely. I spent some time with a couple of buddies. We chilled, went to mountains. We climbed this mountain, hiked one day. We did some karaoke. Went to some Korean barbecue spot. It was very nice. It was very chill. It was very good, and it was very good. Um, Primarily, the reason I went was also for my friend. I have a very good friend. His name is Adam, and shout out to Adam if he's listening to this. He came up to me one day, and he said to me like, "Listen, Brian, dude, I need to get out, man. I need to hang out with the boys. I need to stop hanging out with these girls. Like these girls are stressing me out, man." And I couldn't really relate to Adam because I stopped talking to my ex fiance. I stopped texting her. I haven't texted her or anything. I haven't done none of that. But just hearing my friend, my own boy, talk to me. My homie, my ride or die friend, really one of my only closest friends that I have, say to me, "Listen, man, I need to get out. Like I gotta hang out with the boys. Like these girls are stressing me out." It really hurt me. It really kind of hurt me in a sense of like I want to do something for my friend, and so I hit up some other online friends that we talked to, see if we could link up, make something possible, and thankfully we did. Flights over here, at least flights when you're going from state to state, depending on what state it is, it should be fairly cheap. These tickets to Georgia they weren't even $100. They were about like 70 something, probably like 90, if I recall correctly, just for a round trip as well. Didn't spend too much time over there. It was what, like 5 days, because I still have work. I couldn't take many days off, and I helped my dad out with the business, and it's a small business. It's just a two-man team, me and him. But we make it work, but my pops, he's getting a little older, and I don't want him to overwork himself anymore already. But he also really likes to work. So you know what, like he really likes doing the paperwork side of things, and I'll handle the harder labor regarding that. But anyways, back to the story. Me and Adam, we booked this trip, and we were finally able to just hang out with our boys. We have some homies over there in Georgia, not too many, but enough to make things little fun, because sometimes there just isn't anything to do around the area. You kind of get bored of the same state, of seeing the same spots, walking the same blocks. A little bit of change is always good. So that was primarily the reason, and I mainly, like I said, I mainly did it for my friend. If I probably would have still done it without him, but I definitely felt like it would have been a lot more boring. Um, you know, Trips are just so much fun when you have a friend, man. I've gone on a couple of trips. Actually, this was my third trip this year. Actually, now that I'm even saying it out loud, I'm realizing just how much I've traveled overall. I mean, this year I went to Guatemala, I went to Japan, and now I went to Georgia. But to be fair, I've been to Georgia a couple times. This was my fourth time going. I also have family down there as well. But this Japan trip, I only went with one of my Georgia homies, and every time that there was just always this moment where I'm like, damn, I kind of wish we at least had one more friend, man. I wish Adam was here. We the three-man squad is always just good. All right, two people isn't that bad either. Man, that three-man squad though, or maybe it was just a friend. Maybe it's just the fact that I get along so well with my good homie. It's really hard to say, but you know what they say, the more the merrier. However, at the same time, I can't really advocate for this because I also did a while ago, about 2 years ago, I also did have a trip to California, and there was about 7 people for this trip. It was also with the Georgia homies. It was mostly online friends, and my good friend Adam, and the family members of Georgia homies, and another online friend from Vegas. Shout out to Edgar from Vegas. From yeah, shout out to Edgar from Vegas, and that trip was it was a little too cluttered, I'd say. Like we still made it doable. It was still possible and doable. It was just the fact that everything was so cluttered in terms of plans and different things we wanted to do, and things we wanted to like see. And when there's so many people in one trip, it's so difficult to manage what everyone wants to do. The only way that's possible is if everyone kind of goes their separate ways, essentially. But for this trip, it was a little difficult because we rented a car and everyone kind of wanted to go out. Not everyone wanted to stay in, etc. But whatever, man. We still made it. We still made it work. We still made it doable. But I definitely learned my lesson not to have so many people on that trip, and just this last like Japan trip, I realized like it's also kind of better to just have a friend or two. It makes things more fun. But I've also done trips solo. I've gone to California solo to meet up with some homies as well, and that was a lot of fun too. It was nice, like a change of pace when you are doing things solo, and you're kind of discovering things out. You're essentially exploring. It almost, for me personally, it feels like an adventure, and it's cool. It's fun. It's nice. But there again, like I said, there are times where it feels like it's nice to have a homie, and but I also think it's different for everyone. Um, but when you're in another country, when you're in another foreign country, I think it's always best to have some company, depending on what the country is. If I really had to display a lesson from this, it would be to, you know, have some friends on some trips. It's always good to have some friends. And if you don't have friends, good luck. No, that's kind of messed up. It's interesting though because I wanted to kind of figure things out, man. For this Japan trip, I mean, I was going to this festival, and oh my gosh, dude, I really just wanted to see this one artist, Tatsuro Yamashita. He's one of my favorite artists. But there were also people like on the subreddit for this festival. It's called Fuji Rock Festival. They had a subreddit and they also had a meetup. Like for people that were like very worried for their first time. I was worried, but I wasn't worried to the point where I'm like, yeah, I want to meet up with these other strangers. I was already comfortable enough with the fact that I was going with my friend, and I really wanted to just kind of have that adventure aspect and just explore what the country had to offer while I was just going about things, discovering things on my own. I look, man, I enjoyed the idea of just being lost and figuring my way around everything. Sometimes it's a little embarrassing, but at the same time, it's just so much fun. It kind of gives a little life, a little bit of spice in life. So yeah, but my main point in this sense is even if I was very scared and wanted to, not be alone, there was still a group that was willing to meet up and help out at the same time. I was still able to figure things out. I didn't know how to speak the Japanese, dude. I didn't know how to speak the language. I was just a stupid American, just being a foreigner in this country, just imagining this place as a theme park essentially, which is definitely not the best way to go about it, but I'm not going to lie, that's how I saw it. And it's a vacation. Of course I'm going to, take advantage of it and try to have as much fun as possible. And during this trip, oh my gosh, this is so bad. During this trip, I was just drinking a lot, actually. I was drinking a lot, and wasn't really good for me. Because I told oh my gosh, that was some broken range. Yo, rest in peace the range on this axe before they nerfed it. But yeah, no, I was drinking a ton, dude, and I already had like a bad habit of drinking. I've had my sober moments as well. Like I'll take a break from it for like 3 to 6 months. Right now, I'm taking a really fat break. I'm kind of doing this sober challenge with this girl that I'm talking to. Um, so yeah, that's honestly a lot of fun. But also when I went to Georgia, my friends were kind of teasing me and pressuring me to drink, but I didn't really drink. I had like a lick of alcohol, like enough so that I could just like taste what they were giving me, what my friends were giving me, but not definitely not. I didn't even have like a singular drink. I don't even know if I would consider it like a sip. I guess a sip is the closest thing I could really call it, but but yeah, my boys kind of tempted me a little bit, but it wasn't anything crazy. I want, it was the guys. When you're with the guys, you just kind of shit talk and discuss things, and you just hang out, you just vibe. We played Uno, we told a lot of stories, we told a lot of stupid jokes about each other, and shit talked each other. It was a lot of fun. It was awesome. It was great. And I already miss it, but hey, you know what, man? Like, I'm really happy that I still got to see my boys. I got to see my homies, and I got to spend time with them, even if it was only for a few days, for only a few hours, that they were free from work that day. And it's always good to reach out to them, man. So I mean, there's so much I'm trying to just say. I guess, look, I ramble a lot, but I'm just trying to get some content out so that I can get rid of all these stupid trucking clips, dude. And yes, I'm trying not to curse, dude. I have a bad curse. Look, I'm trying to up my mannerisms, all right, man. I don't give a duck, all right, man. Let me do my shiz, and let me not get any feedback. No, actually, some feedback would be great. All right, guys. I think I'm done rambling, and I'm gonna post these clips and I'm gonna upload this thing because I just wanna have something out. But honestly, yeah, guys, listen. If you guys have any homies, I know it kind of as you get older, it's a lot harder to maintain some friendships. But if you still have any friends that you consider like good, or you have any close friends, just reach out to them, say what's up. Give them a call. Play something together at least, cause that's kind of how everything starts. You play for a bit, then you're like, yo, let's do something, let's hang out. Go play some pool, go to a bar if you're into that, go to a show if you like music. Just link up, hang out, go out to eat, go for a walk, man. It's always good to reach out to the homies, man, and just spend time with them. All right, so that's my message. That's my message to the world. All right, so all right. That's really about it, guys. Okay. I heard it's gonna be a tough winter this year. I don't think this will be the last video. I think this is really the only type of content I can do in order to get rid of these clips. So yeah, it's gonna be minimal effort from here on out until then. But until I finish all my clips and have nothing to share, these will keep coming out, and I'll be rambling even more about absolute nonsense. So yeah, that's about it. Have a good one, alright, guys. Have a good night. Reach out to your homies and take care of yourselves, alright? Bye bye.
Was that a decoy? Right there. Yo, this nigga crazy. This nigga's insane. Yo.